Let's go into the night with Rick Ballou on 1010XL 92.5 FM.
Summer's here, and the time is right for racing in the streets. Probably my all-time favorite. Bruce Springsteen song off of the Darkness on the Edge of Town LP. Bruce weighed about 120 pounds when the album came out. It was still long before Born in the USA, when he started ripping some weights and doing all those good things. But racing in the street, right? We don't care that you go racing in the street. We only care that you get caught racing in the street. Much more on Georgia. Just when you thought it was safe to get away from it. Another day in Athens. Another arrest. 2 to 3. The Atlanta Journal-Constitution now telling us 22 members of the Georgia football team have been arrested since the tragedy back on January 15th of 2023. I'll get to that momentarily. I don't want to begin on such a controversial, negative topic. I really, yesterday, went off on it. And in a lot of circles, I will say, I'm fine with it. I'm fine with it. Just come right out and say it. You are a renegade program. You don't care about your players. You don't care about safety. You cared about winning championships. And to me, that's what it's all about. Turn your head. Look the other way. Bring in bad character kids. Win championships. Losing sucks. It does. I'll tell you what Georgia needs. They need a kid to get arrested for a B&E. Georgia needs a kid to get arrested for transporting dope.
Yeah, whatever happened to good old-fashioned drug possession?
Right. Look at the great years that Urban Meyer had. They invented crimes in Hogtown. They got arrested for every possible thing you can get arrested for. And they were criticized. Didn't matter. Who was the defensive end who blocked the, was it Ross? What was the DE who got the hand up and blocked the field goal against South Carolina? It was awesome because they suspended him like the week prior. It was a cupcake type of game. And you can go back and read them all. But at least that was
Jarvis Moss.
Jarvis Moss. Thank you. That was one of the greatest. And they've all done it. I mean, Bowden had his rules, and Sebastian Janikowski was out on Bourbon Street, and he said, well, we have American rules and we have international rules, and all the media left. Everyone does it. Everyone does it. But seriously, Georgia needs a serious criminal activity to get the people off of 22 arrests when it comes to vehicles. And the latest one here is really disturbing. It is. I'm going to get to it momentarily. I got a lot of feedback yesterday on what's more important, running a clean program. I mean, Mark Richt won 10 games every year. You think anyone right now in Georgia is saying, bring back Mark Richt? We'll go 10-2 every year? Hell no. Have these kids do whatever they want to do. The kid who got arrested the other night was driving a Porsche. He's an incoming freshman. I mean, the story is so phenomenal. He's an 18-year-old who's never played. He's bombing around town in a Porsche. He's racing. Again, I'll get to that momentarily. I swear I will. I want to start. Yesterday, we came out talking about really two things. This, I never thought I would go back to it a day later, but I never thought another kid would get arrested. That really goes back to the original arrest. They just first reported 2. Now they've added a 3rd. So, hey, if they're going to add, I'm going to add. The other thing we got into was Paul Skeens. He's now been announced as your starter coming up on Tuesday. He's going to grab the baseball from the National League, and he's going to face the best American League hitters in Major League Baseball. Unlike racing in the street, I think baseball has left a lot as far as our younger audience is concerned. It's too boring, right? There's not enough there. And it used to sadden me a little bit, but, it doesn't matter. I can't change it. I've been telling you people forever to watch hockey. There's nothing better than the hockey playoffs. There's nothing better than sudden death. I finally woke up one day and I said, Ballou, you can make your pitch. People are going to try it. They either get it or they don't. And so I kind of got off that. We talk hockey time and again. Frankly, I would like to do more. I just don't, because I think when I start talking puck, people are going to switch the channel. All right? Baseball is really slipped by the wayside. But you're missing, at least in my opinion, and I base that on this city. And I know the shrimp draw. And our text line is a great teller. Because here I've begun talking about Georgia racing in the street, Bruce Springsteen. Now I'm on to baseball. I know when I check the text line at 641-1010, brought to you by Lifetime Enclosures, there's going to be a few up there that will say, hey, Ballou, shut up. Start talking about the Jacksonville Jaguars. Hey, Ballou, start talking about football between the lines. I get it. I know my audience. So maybe I talk about it here when it comes to baseball or the lack thereof. I still get a feeling that around the United States of America, and certainly internationally speaking, the game is still slightly healthy. But watching Paul Skeens, I mean, this is absolutely phenomenal stuff. And I'm not going to be here next week. I'm going on a vacay. So it's going to be a real intriguing week. It is, because the SEC meetings are certainly going on in Dallas. That's going to be incredibly informative, and we'll be out there. All right, Frank's going to be there. Matt Hayes is going to be out there. Me O'Brien is going to be out there, so we'll keep you covered. And then as soon as I get back, we do have the beginning of training camp at the Miller Electric Center, which I can wait. I'm going to enjoy this week, but as soon as I get back, man, it's on. It really is. It's just a full out. I won't use the word grind, because grind, if you're not
something bad.
Yeah, I mean, the only word grind is cool is on a golf course, right? If you're scrambling, if you're grinding to save a par, that's cool. But I think just the word grind in general feels like it's an effort to do something, right? It's not an effort to show up and watch these guys practice. Is it hot? Sure. Okay. Not as hot as it used to be. That's because there's shade. And I love it. I do. I love camp. I love everything about it. I just hope these guys stay healthy. And again, as soon as I do return, we're going to get nonstop Jaguars talk. But anyway, for those who have never seen this young man throw, check him out on Tuesday night. He's going to come out first. And again, he's much more than just a flamethrower. Okay, this guy is a pitcher. This guy is going to surprise you with a variety of different stuff in his repertoire, including introducing a brand new pitch just the other day when he went 7 innings of hitless baseball, walked the batter, struck out 11, pulled by the skipper, which is what happens in today's Major League Baseball. Okay, if you want to criticize, fine, but this has been going on for a decade plus. 99 pitches, a 22-year-old, they're saying, we're not going to leave him out there. He's on a pitch count, especially at this age. And with all the Tommy John procedures that we've seen, it almost makes complete sense. So anyway, that's coming up on Tuesday, and that was announced a little bit earlier. I want to get to this Georgia story. And I want to give you the very latest. As a matter of fact, let me give you that first. All right, we talked about the 2 kids who were arrested the other night, and I love the story in the Atlanta Journal-Constitution, okay, because it's perfect. It gives you so many different ways of how everything actually did take place with the police and the Georgia players who were involved. Smiley Mondon, we talked about, he was barreling around Athens in his Dodge Charger, which is, again, really, really cool. Okay? I mean, BMOC, a 2022 Dodge Charger. He's got a muscle car. You know, chicks are just going, oh, my God, there goes Smiley. He's in the Charger. I mean, you love him. What's the song, my dog, barreling down the road in my Charger? What is that? It's a rock and roll masterpiece. Help me out over there, JJ. It's on the tip of my tongue. Maybe our listeners will help us out. 641-1010 text line. Which
is it barreling down the highway?
Now, I don't.
Ella Jenkins?
It's something that mentions the Dodge Charger. Oh, it's on the tip of my tongue. I know our listeners will come through. They're always rock solid. So, here's what I love about the story. He's going 75 in a 40. All right, he gets pulled over. Mondin's like, yeah, I don't know who the other guy was, you know, this and that, this and that. Well, the other guy is the incoming freshman, DeMello Jones, who just happens to pull over on his own because he's concerned that Mondin was pulled over. Mondin, when he talks to the police officer, says, when asked, do you know who the other guy was driving the car? Okay. Mondin goes on to say, absolutely, I don't know who he is, have no clue. So, for starters, he's part of Kirby Smart's omerta. Okay? Never rat out anyone else. Our family is more important than the family that you came out of the womb from. When you were part of omerta, when you were part of us, you never rat anyone else. This is not Whitey Bulger. This is not Sammy the Bull Gravano. Okay? This is John freaking Gotti. He was not going to call out his teammate. The problem is the incoming freshman, DeMello Jones, is being asked by another police officer at the exact same time, do you know who the guy is that we pulled over back down the street here? A little bit. He's like, oh, yeah, hell, it's Smiley Mondin. Okay? So he didn't get the memo. He's not a made member of Kirby's family, at least not yet, because he hasn't played for the Georgia Bulldogs. But anyway, it goes on to be pretty specific about what they did, what they didn't do. The other incident that took place, you read the details on this, and we find the name here. I think it's Bo Hewley is his name. He's lucky to be with us. 25-mile-an-hour curb, going 70 miles an hour plus, rammed into it. Single car accident. The man is lucky, again, to be with us. I want to make a point here about this. Where's Dr. Herbie? Where are the big mouths at ESPN? The folks who dragged down Florida State, Dr. Herbie, Reese Davis, Joe Tessitore, where are they? You think Dr. Herbie, after pissing off Dog Nation on his conversation with Dylan Rayola's daddy about how you got to go play football for the black shirts, go ahead and go off and leave Georgia and go play the Browns. Remember he came out with this, oh my gosh, legendary excuse/apology. Did anyone in Georgia buy it? Hell no. Dr. Herbie tiptoed his way through all of that crap and got out of it. Ask yourself this question. If there had been 22 arrests at Florida State that involved vehicles, do you think Dr. Herbie would say something? If there were 22 arrests at Miami, do you think Dr. Herbie would say something? If there were 22 arrests that involved vehicles at Notre Dame, Do you think Dr. Herbie would say something? Hell, even the Gators, even though he's part of the SEC agenda, right? The Gators have had back-to-back losing seasons. Billy Napier's on the hot seat. Why do I believe Dr. Herbie would say something if it was happening in Gainesville? He just totally upset Bulldog fans. He was wrong. I don't care if people defended him. He was wrong. He is one of the most powerful voices in college football. Look at what Herb Street did to Bill Hancock and others in the playoff selection committee. It was his voice. It was Ruth Davis's voice. It was Joe Tessitore, 3rd and 8 for Florida State. Texas, a big one. My God, Alabama knocked off Georgia. They're both going to get it. It's an incomplete pass. Florida State's going to have to punt. I mean, every third down, Tessa. So they move the needle. They influence college football. Hasn't said a word. Not a peep. Okay? It's very cowardly. And I think that's a great description of Dr. Herbie. But it's so, so true. And that's what's sad about ESPN. And that's what's sad about powerful members at ESPN. There is no journalism left, ladies and gentlemen. It's gone. But you can be a homer and still tell the truth. I'm a Florida State guy. When they play well, I'm going to say they play well. When they suck, I'm going to say they suck. I want the Jaguars to win. When they do things right, I'm going to say they do things right. When they do things wrong, I'm going to say that they do things wrong. I'm a fan, but I tell the truth. Here's an example, once again, of an agenda now fully in bed with the SEC since they've left CBS. And the biggest mouth of all, Kirk Herbstreit, put on the clown hat again, all right? Hasn't said a word. Opinion on that, as always, get on in. 641-1010, brought to you by Lifetime Enclosures. And that is the latest as to what is going on right now at Georgia. I don't ever want to get away from the passing of Devin Willock, right? The passing of the staffer, Chandler LaCroix. Can you imagine if one of those family members right now picked up the phone and tried to talk to Kirby Smart? And I know that they're being sued, so that's probably his way out. When he's asked about it Tuesday, I'm sure that's going to, it's such a gutless, yet my imagination is that the lawyers are going to tell Kirby, just say you can't talk about anything. We're being sued. Just say it's under investigation. Well, Kirby, it was a brand new thing. 3 more players were just arrested again. I'm not going to say anything. The death is brutal. There's nothing worse. And the kids don't get it. The kids don't care. What Kirby has said has completely fallen on deaf ears. All right? But don't try to change that approach. Just be honest. You don't care. You care more about winning. And in my opinion, outside of the death of 2 young individuals, I don't have a problem with that. You're not going to bench these guys. You're not going to suspend these. But you think you're going to suspend? You think you're going to sit Mondin down as a 5-star, as one of your defensive, go-to play? You think you're going to sit him down on opening day against Clemson? There's not a chance in the world. Because winning against Clemson, because winning a national championship is more important than disciplining your players. And I know I'm complaining about it, but here's the deal. I'm fine with it. I'm fine. He has proven, he has shown everyone this is the most important thing at Georgia. It's winning. It's not about character. It's not about disciplining our kids. How can these kids not get it when one of their teammates died? He died. They still don't get it. Kirby could walk in and flip a freaking table and say, I don't care if you're Carson Beck. I don't care who you are. If you get caught and are arrested, you're off the football team. Do you think there's any way he's ever going to do? They won 29 in a row. They've won 2 national titles. They were screwed last year. They should have been in the Final Four. I don't have a problem with it. But let's admit what's going on. This is a freaking renegade program. Okay? This is a win at all costs program. That's what it is. There's no, don't tell me that each one of these, and people are like, oh, the cops are after the players. Well, you know what? Take a freaking Uber. Save your cash until you get out of Georgia. You don't need to be driving around in a Porsche at the age of 18. It's a problem. The cops are after you. I don't believe that. I got to believe that most cops in Athens, Georgia are dog fans. That's just my guess. Really interesting set of circumstances. Kirby, kind of like the, Kirby's kind of like, yeah. He's got a little bit of Jimbo in him. Kind of, you know what I mean? It's kind of, nothing really comes out after you ask it. Do you think if Kirby Smart was winning 8 games a year, he'd still be the head coach at Georgia? Not a chance in hell. This is big time business. We see lying, we see cheating, we see cover-ups. We see it in our government. We see it in our country. We see it with the best college football team in America. They have come out and they have told every single individual, we don't care about anything at all outside of winning football games. And that's what's going on at Georgia. Opening comments brought to you by Shmunez Vision. Dr. Neil Shmunez, 37 years worth of experience. It's a family organization, which includes daughter, Catherine Shmunez. Dr. Catherine Shmunez has been fellowship trained in cornea, cataract surgery, all refractive surgery. Combined, that's more than 30 years in laser eye surgery experience. Here's what I want you to do. Check them out online. Go to Shmunez Vision. Better yet, go to Instagram. Check out all of the testimonials from folks who have been with them for quite some time. You can get their word if for one reason or another you don't believe mine. Here's what I'll tell you, though. High-quality medical and surgical eye care. Every time I do this, I tell the story because it's true. 8.5 years ago, went in for a normal checkup. Dr. Neil Shmunez was like, bro, you got a major issue in your right eye. You need surgery immediately. The very next morning, he performed that surgery. There's never been a setback. There's never been a problem. That's why I trust him, and that's why I will always brag about Shmunez Vision. When we come back, we bring in JJ LaSelva. I got a lot of good things to get into. It's a getaway Friday for Ballou. Yeah, they're sending me away. They are. They're just saying, Ballou, just get out of here. Well, you must be getting too much sun. So I'm gone for a week. Going to head to the mountains of Carolina. I'm in search of waterfalls and birdies. All right. How about if I grind out a couple of pars? That'll be good enough. We got tons to do. The show is called Into the Night. It's great to have you with us.
I want to tell you something. Something I've never told anyone.
It's all right.
This is 1010XL.
I'm totally cool with it. Hey, folks, it's Jennifer Marion. Randy Marion Cadillac is the pinnacle of luxury in the First Coast area.
And guess what? We've got the all-new Cadillac Lyriq with $16,000 off MSRP.
That's right. You pick the color and drive away today in ultimate style.
Experience the future of driving with the Cadillac Lyriq. Electric, elegant, and exhilarating.
Visit us online at randymarioncadillacofjacksonville.com or come see us on Southside Boulevard, Jacksonville.
Don't miss out on this unbeatable deal. Plus tax tag title $8.99 admin fee and resist all.
Tell them Jennifer sent ya.
Right now, you may be running a little late, or feeling stressed, or overwhelmed, and you may be going a bit over the speed limit. So to help you relax, exhale. Ease up on the gas. You'll get there when you get there. Take a moment to just chill. This little break is brought to you by Target Zero and the Florida Department of Transportation.
Instant Keys. You don't have to go to the dealer. Instant Keys comes to you.
Instant Keys saves the day if you have lost or broken keys. They can program new keys and remotes for nearly every make and model of vehicle at a fraction of the dealership cost. Fast, honest, and reliable locksmith service. Call 722-1111.
Instant Keys. Instant Keys. You don't have to go to the dealer. Instant Keys comes to you.
Hey, sports fans, this is Hayes Carlyon from MyBookie. Look, we've all been there before. A weekend trip to the casino canceled because real life came calling. Well, MyBookie's new and improved online casino is here to change the game. Dive into a truly realistic casino experience featuring the latest in slots, progressive jackpots, and live dealer action, all from the comfort of your own home. I love the live casino. The roulette is awesome. It's so easy and so much fun. Just go to MyBookie and click Live Casino at the top. You'll find live dealers ready to deal or spin just like you're at the casino. The MyBookie Casino provides a Las Vegas experience when the action is in your hands. Start at MyBookie today with a generous sign-up bonus using promo code 1010XL, and a revamped loyalty program ensures a host of exclusive VIP perks. So sign up and hit the casino with promo code 1010XL. The more you play, the more you win. Only with MyBookie.
If you're looking for custom metalwork, look no further than Superior Fence and Rail. Whether it's custom railing, shade structures, or custom entry gates, their expert team controls the turnkey process. From CAD design and raw metal to powder-coated finish and expert installation. When you choose Superior Fence and Rail for your custom metal project, you get a project that's, well, superior. So get off the fence and call Superior Fence and Rail today.
If the Florida heat is getting you down and you're sweating up a storm, fire up a phone call to Florida Home AC and order an AC tune-up. It's the best way to beat the heat and keep your AC unit working at peak performance. Log on to FloridaHomeAC.com for their tune-up special and make sure you're primed for the peak of that heat. Florida Home AC, the official AC provider of the Jacksonville Jaguars, and just a phone call away at 777-4300. Order that tune-up today.
Hunters Know Patience is part of the game.
Just got to keep hunting.
Jeff Lageman, Captain Kevin Faber, and Captain Kirk Waltz on the Nimnit Outdoors Show. Presented by Duck Duck Rooter Plumbing, Septic and Air Conditioning. Saturday morning from 7 to 10 on 1010XL.
I-9 Sports wants to make sure kids all over the First Coast can enjoy growing up on a field or in a gym. And right now, fall and winter registration is open. Find out what I-9 Sports offers across Duval, Clay, and St. John's. I9sports.com. Enter 1010 in the promo code for a discount.
There are three certainties in life: death, taxes, and if you stay in your home long enough, a new roof. Pick it here for our friends at Lockhart Roofing. Nobody better in Jacksonville. How do I know? They are a local certified Master Elite contractor, and that means they have a GAF Master Elite warranty. That's the best in the roofing industry. In this day and age, don't settle for cheaper discount roofers. Lockhart Roofing has been here for decades. They aren't going anywhere. Call my friends at Lockhart Roofing, 994-3851. That's 994-3851. Lockhart Roofing, Jacksonville's best for Jacksonville people.
Time now for a medical recap. A health and wellness tip from Jaguars head team physician, Dr. Kevin Kaplan.
Rotator cuff tears are the most common overhead injuries I see. In order to avoid shoulder issues, make sure not to overload the front of the shoulder while also focusing on developing good scapular strength and maintaining flexibility in your lats. Proper hydration, nutrition, and supplementation are also crucial to joint and muscle health. Go Jag.
The hottest trend in casual dining has expanded in Jacksonville with its 5th location off 103rd. The Flame Broiler serves up protein-packed rice bowls. It's fast, healthy, and affordable. Order online at flamebroilerusa.com or visit any of our 5 locations. Flame Broiler, simply healthy.
You could win your share of over $450,000 in cash and prizes at the 5-star Greater Jacksonville Kingfish Tournament. The fun starts July 13th with the inaugural kickoff beach tournament with a $50,000 cash first prize. There's a junior offshore tournament and one for the lady anglers. Best of all, the general offshore tournament winner takes home a 28T contender with twin 200 Yamahas. Register today at kingfishtournament.com.
1010XL is presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville.
I will be your knight in shining armor, riding across the desert on a fine Arab charger.
Into the Night with Rick Ballou on 1010XL 92.5 FM.
Making the boys. It wasn't a Dodge Charger. It was an Arab Charger. Should have seen JJ and I racking our brain during the break trying to figure out where that came from.
I knew when the texters didn't immediately send in 40 straight name of the songs that it was going to be tough to find. But your brain, man, when it comes to classic rock, there's just so much in there.
Well, you know what I did there during the break is I started yelling and then whispering. And I came up with Emotional Rescue.
Oh, very similar to something I saw last night.
How are you, young man?
I'm great.
You're a young man. Your brain works fantastic. How are you?
Sometimes. I'm great. I'm looking forward to the weekend. I'm looking forward to SEC Media Days next week. I'm looking forward to the Open Championship. And then football will be here. Yeah. It's coming fast.
Next week is a great week with the SEC, the All-Star Game, and, of course, beginning Thursday, Royal Troon. I've been watching a little bit, I guess, the replay of the
you're not
Scottish
up early
Open.
enough for that.
Although there's been times where I've been up for the British Open.
Like from the night before?
Knowing that I'm going to be able to take a nap after it.
Yeah. It's been fun. Your boy, Ludwig Oberg, back-to-back 64s. He looks great. Rory looked great, except on 17. It was 16 or 17 today. I watched him bogey his first putt of the tournament, I believe, or first putt of the day. And it was bogey first putt of the day. It was like a 3 or 4 footer. And all I could think about was the U.S. Open.
Pinehurst. Oh.
He's still in his own head.
That's going to be one that will stick with him for a very, very long time. Reminds me of Dustin Johnson a little bit when he missed I don't know if it was a U.S. Open himself or a PGA Championship, but that's going to stick with Rory. It's been 10-plus years now since he has won a major. All right, each and every night at this time, program brought to you by the good folks over at Thermal Engineers, and they're hiring. What a fantastic company in town. Okay, commercial HVAC contractor. They've been serving North Florida for over 20 years, and again, they're hiring for qualified technicians and installers. It includes a signing bonus, all right? So top pay, 401k, full benefits, and a signing bonus. Plus, if you're looking for a positive change in your career, right, join the family-oriented commercial HVAC contractor at Thermal Engineers. The number is 230, so that's 230-1172. I don't give out phone numbers a lot because I know you're driving down the road. And do those Georgia guys, when they're going 70 and do they drive with one arm and they have the other? Are they looking at their cell phone?
Oh, they're probably filming. So that's funny that you ask that because apparently, the racing phenomenon, it has regained. Street racing phenomenon has regained birth. So obviously, it was cool back in the 50s and 60s.
I saw Grease. It was really cool.
Exactly. And then it got American Graffiti. And then it got cool again when I was a kid / teenager because of Fast and the Furious. And then it kind of went away for a while, and now it's cool again because apparently on TikTok, which me and you are not on,
as far as you know.
Well, I'm not on. Street racing is all over the place, so it's like cool again, and because it's on TikTok, so maybe yes, these guys are filming themselves and putting it on TikTok allegedly.
The website is Thermal Engineers Inc. That's Thermal Engineers Inc. and the phone number 230-1172, an equal opportunity employer.
Quickly, it was Dustin Johnson, 2015 U.S. Open, Chambers Bay.
Okay, West Coast.
Yeah, he had a 12-foot putt on 18 for his first major victory. Obviously, he would go on to win a couple. He missed that, and then he had a 4-footer just to tie and go to the playoff, and he also missed that.
That was his problem for quite some time. On the golf course.
Yes, plenty of.
He had several problems off the golf course, although I guess that a lot of people would not take that as problems. They would take that as, well, just good living.
Just having fun.
Except for when he fell down the stairs the night before the Masters.
There's a fine line between having fun and...
his reputation was not a good one. Both with whatever and then, I guess just chasing skirts. I mean,
he got a lot of flack for being with Gretzky, but he's still with her.
Yeah, but I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about just
cheating on her.
Yeah, I mean, just
allegations.
Yeah, whatever it was, it's all history now. He's happily married and has a family and
has hundreds of millions of dollars. Thanks to Saudi Arabia. Yeah,
doesn't even care.
Doesn't care at all anymore.
I mean, I thought Brooks Koepka didn't care. At least Koepka cares 5 times a year. I can't even say 5 times a year because he doesn't play in the Players' Championship anymore. He cares 4 times a year during the 4 majors.
Even Koepka's won a couple of times on LIV. I think like DJ has one. But yeah, every time he plays in the majors, he like misses the cut by 1,000 strokes. It's like, why do you even show up?
Updated numbers on the Jaguars. DraftKings, straight up, Jaguars. Plus 130 to make the playoffs. For those of you who do not know what that means, you take $100 for the Jaguars to make the playoffs. If they make it, you get back your $100 and you get back an additional $130. Right here now today. I have the Jaguars making the playoffs. I have them going 10-7. That should be enough to make the playoffs. I don't feel nearly as confident as I did a year ago when, I was wrong, and I don't mind admitting when I am wrong, but I said bet everything that you own for them to win the AFC South, and it looked really promising when they were 8-3. And then we know what happened. Plus 130, if you had to bet today, what would you do?
I would take it.
Mm-hmm.
I like the plus money, obviously, and I have been saying this all offseason. I think the Texans are like getting way too much hype. I love the offseason moves. I really do. But for us to just like totally trust CJ Stroud to, be like that dude, I got to see it. I got to see more of it, man. I got to see another season at least. So, yeah, I'd roll with the Jags at plus 130 and feel pretty good about it.
6771 says, can't have it both ways. Ballou, you're famous for saying, pay the players, I don't care. But when you pay the players, they buy a Porsche or a Charger and do stupid stuff. You're right. But my point is you've had 22 episodes now. There's no, there's no penalty. And that's the point, okay? 22. And I don't believe the cops are just, hanging outside of their apartments or whatever. And it's like, oh, they're back on the road.
Yeah, dude.
Let's follow them and arrest them.
That's what I'm thinking. So 22 have been arrested. Like, imagine how many have been pulled over. Because there's Georgia fan cops who are letting some of these guys slide. Like, that's just how it works. Yeah. And I don't necessarily hate that. So, like, if 22 were bad enough to get arrested, I can't even fathom how many actually have gotten caught and not arrested and let go.
You think he'll be challenged on Tuesday?
Yes. But like you said, he's going to have a great out, which is, hey, this is all legal stuff. The lawyers have told me I can't talk about an open legal situation or open legal case or whatever. And he could also just throw the whole, hey, we're handling it in-house. That's the last thing I'll be saying about it this week.
No.
Because, there's no pressure to fire this guy. There never will be unless he starts losing games. But if you threw this exact same, 23-player arrested at Billy Napier right now, Billy Napier would probably be fired.
There's no doubt.
They would use this as an excuse to fire him for sure. And that goes for like any program that's not, totally cranking out 10-win seasons year after year. Like, imagine Norvell before last season. If this happened, he'd probably be out.
Yeah. Or 2 years ago.
Yeah, exactly. When the struggles were happening.
And you know what? I think for the most part, sports fans get that. They understand that winning absolutely fixes everything, and you literally become untouchable. I tell you what Kirby Smart can't do. There's only one thing that he can't do. He can't look at everyone and say, we've talked to the players, we've brought in the players, we've individually got... You can't try to cover this up. Whatever you have done, and I don't believe he's turned a blind eye. I believe he's addressed this. It's not working. That's the point.
You can't continually say we're handling this in-house when you're clearly not handling it in-house.
It's not working. We have moms and dads out there. We have bosses out there. You scold, you discipline, you ground your kids, you ground your employees. Hell, no one's been grounded more than I have. Okay? And now all of a sudden you reach a limit where I can't do something wrong again. All right? I'm never going to be able to go out during my junior year of high school or senior year of high school. I'm going to lose my job. These players do not fear the punishment from Kirby Smart. So don't come out and tell everyone that you've handled this the best way that you can, because that's a lie. You want to handle it the best way that you can? Announce that these three players have been dismissed from your program.
Right. So far,
that's how you do it.
I don't think any of them have.
Right. Say that they've been kicked off your team. And that's a totally new set of circumstances. All you got to do is look at Bowden and his fearless defense of his players. Look at Nick Saban. Remember Saban's long, ongoing speech? Oh, so because you want me to kick him off the team, I'm going to look at this kid. I visited his mom. I visited his dad. I told them that I would be, their guidance, their support. They make a mistake. Remember, Saban went on and on and on and on. And what was Nick Saban doing? He was winning championship after championship after championship. It's the same deal here with Kirby Smart. Just be smart. That's the one thing that concerns me about Kirby is smarts or lack thereof. I can see him getting caught up in that game. Don't say anything at all if you're going to tell us that you've handled this as well as you could have, because that becomes absolutely laughable. I mean, this is becoming almost Barry Switzer-esque back at Oklahoma. I mean, now, the Oklahoma situation was far worse if you look at the charges and some of the things that happened there. But, I mean, at least Urban suspended guys once in a while. I mean, the way he did it was intriguing, right? Bowden suspended guys once in a while. Kirby's just allowing this thing to completely dominate his program, outside of the fact that they're the best team in college football, and all they do is win.
Better stay like that for his benefit.
I'm probably going to pick him again to win the national title.
No doubt.
You know how I rank college football teams. To me, the most important thing is a returning quarterback. And they have one, and maybe the top overall pick in this year's draft in Jacksonville's Carson back. All right, when we come back, much more to get into. Getting a lot on the text line, 641-1010 if you want to add to it. That is brought to you by Lifetime Enclosures.
Where beating and banging is no harm, no foul.
Beats and bangs his way to turn 20.
This Sunday at Pocono Raceway. Brought to you by the Plumbers and Pipe Fitters Local Union 234. From Jacksonville's NASCAR station, 1010XL.
Imagine driving a late model Corvette, BMW, Mercedes, Lexus, Honda, Chevy, Ford, and more, all at a fraction of the original sticker price. Visit Vaughn Motor Group's indoor showroom and browse a great selection of dream cars that are inspected with warranties. Before you make your next auto purchase, check out Vaughn Motor Group on San Jose Boulevard or at vaughnmotorgroup.com for a complete inventory listing. If you can dream it, you can drive it at Vaughn Motor Group.
Are you embarrassed by your ugly, cracked concrete driveway? Need to enhance your home's curb appeal? Stonecore on Phillips Highway is your one-stop shop for all your outdoor needs. Replacing with new stone pavers will transform your driveway into a stunning work of art. Say goodbye to unsightly concrete and hello to beautiful, durable pavers that last for years. Visit Stonecore today and let's beautify your home together. Stonecore.co. We do outdoors better.
Dave and Ammon here with Zero Res. So Ammon, you have worked for Zero Res since you were 9 years old. What makes Zero Res the right choice for cleaning carpets and tile?
I can think of 3 simple reasons. We have the best process, the best people, and our promise to do the best cleaning possible every time.
So what deals does Zero Res offering for this month?
July is National Carpet Cleaning Month. So for home carpet cleaning, we're offering $49 per room, and for businesses, we're offering 20% off.
Sounds like a great time to get your carpets cleaned. Zero Res.
Spelled forward or backwards, it's the right way to clean.
Zero Res.
Craving a cold one? Well, zip into one of the great gate locations you see all over town and pick up a cold Bud Light, or a Natty, or an Ultra, maybe a 12-pack of the King of Beers, or some cold Coronas. It's all happening at your local gate convenience store. Slide on in today.
Looking for a new or used firearm? Beach's Jewelry and Pawn in Jacksonville Beach will get you locked and loaded. New firearms coming in weekly and always looking for used guns. No lines and no waiting. Online at beachesjewelryandpawn.com.
This Date in Sports History is brought to you by Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
July 12, 1930, at the Men's U.S. Open, defending champion Bobby Jones wins record-tying 4th U.S. Open title, capturing his 3rd consecutive major title.
This is Hayes Carlyon for Sky Life Elite. Have you ever thought about aircraft ownership as another potential revenue stream and as a tool for tax savings? Put your tax money to work for you while enjoying the benefits of private personal travel. Sky Life Elite has over a decade of experience in business aviation and can guide you through the process with their expert staff. Call my friends over at Sky Life Elite at 490-9332 or find them at flyskylife.com to get the rundown on everything owning an airplane can do for you.
You don't have to be a football star to get a signing bonus. The team at Republic Services needs your skills, and they're paying up to $5,000 for you to join the roster. You'll be joining a winner. As an essential business, the Republic Services trucks have not stopped rolling with hourly and weekly pay and better benefits and vacation packages than the rest of the league. Driver trainees, $1,000 sign-on bonus. CDL drivers, $3,000. Diesel mechanics, $5,000 bonus. Join the winning team at Republic Services today. Visit republicservices.com.
Equal opportunity employer.
Ballou here for the Blue Crab House, located right off of San Jose. It's on Jewington Creek Road. They've been around since 1996. Indoor-outdoor dining. Also, takeout is available at the Blue Crab House. Open 4:30 to 9, Tuesday through Saturday. Sunday, noon until 9. Remember, Tuesday, $2 margaritas. Wednesday, $1 oyster night. How about the blue crabs? How about my personal favorite, the Canadian snow crabs? Whatever it is that you fancy, you get it right there. The Blue Crab House.
Let's go! Help cheer your Sharks on to victory as they battle the Green Bay Blizzards in exciting IFL football action this Saturday, July 13th, 7 o'clock in the VyStar Veterans Memorial Arena. Now, check out our new family pack. You get 4 tickets, 4 vouchers, and a $25 Al's Pizza gift card. It's a great deal. To purchase yours or to get more information, call 904-621-0700. And ho, ho, ho! Who's ready for Christmas in July?
A little Christmas music, maestro?
Whether you're on the naughty or nice list, Come out and support your Sharks. You never know, you might get a chance to say hi to Santa.
It's almost Christmas.
All we want for Christmas is a Sharks win. Check out our post-game autograph session and see if the players and dancers are asking for the same present as you.
Let's go!
Don't miss the fun and excitement of Sharks football this Saturday, July 13th. For tickets, go to jacksharks.com or call 621-0700. That's 904-621-0700. Let's go!
Let's go!
This is Pre-Tection. Yep, Pre-Tection. The everyday skin protection ritual that protects your skin from mosquitoes. Pre-barbecue. Pre-playground. Pre-everything. Pre-every day. Prevention is the best protection. This summer, make sure you have OFF, the #1 dermatologist-recommended repellent brand. SC Johnson, a family company.
Hun, the drain really smells.
Yeah, wow, it does.
I think it's getting backed up. What should we do? Did you just quack like a duck?
Yes, I did.
Duck Rooter, your plumbing pros in Northeast Florida. Need help with a plumbing issue at your home or business? Just call the Duck.
When you're stuck, call the Duck. 904-862-6769.
1010XL is presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville. Into the Night with Rick Ballou on 1010XL 92.5 FM.
Some baseball coming up tonight. How about the Orioles-Yankees? A couple of games separate them. They take a peek at Bobby Witt tonight and Kansas City. They're battling Boston. As a matter of fact, I think Dylan Denmark's going to try to walk his way into Fenway.
Our very own.
Mm-hmm. Bobby Witt's a lot of fun to watch. I'm a numbers guy, as you know, in baseball. I've been following this. It's absolutely staggering. Bobby Witt, 1,607 at-bats, 98 walks. All right? And, of course, the walk doesn't count as an official at-bat. So you're talking about a guy who is a true five-tool player. He is sensational. He has over 1,700 Major League Baseball at-bats and has only walked 98 times.
I love that. It's just very not like everyone else in the league.
Nope.
371 on base percentage, and the best part about it, he hits for power too.
Sure does.
15 homers. He's a shortstop. If he didn't play for the Royals, you'd probably know a lot more about him. But the Royals have like one of the worst rosters in baseball, and they still have a winning record, and a lot of it is because of him. Obviously, their catcher, what's his name? Salvador Perez.
Oh, he's very good.
Who
very
just
good
rakes.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that'll be an interesting series. Two teams vying for the wild card.
He probably reminds you a little bit of Nomar in that he's a great bad ball hitter.
Yes.
Okay, and that is typically the case for guys who don't draw a lot of walks. They swing
at everything.
Yeah, they swing at baseballs that are out of the zone.
Like our favorite player of all time.
Luis Arraez.
Yeah. And I was looking at him. He's got like 115 hits and like 20 extra base hits. I mean, he's a singles hitter.
And he also never walks. He's the opposite. He's the antithesis of Bobby Witt Jr.
Well, actually, Bobby Witt never walks. Only 98 in 3 years.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But he also never, does he strike out?
A little bit.
Okay.
Like all of today's sluggers. But he can also run. You know, I think he's like 100 for 130 or something like that in stolen base. He's been caught a little bit. But he's fun to watch. We'll see that coming up tonight. 5105 says, Ballou, what's the over-under on you in getting grounded yearly? Well, I've been with the same girlfriend for 15 years. I mean, I just can't get her angry. So
I thought he meant like at work.
My personal life, I don't think there's any room for any issue there. Now, here's a different story.
Yeah, that's what I thought he meant.
If I get grounded here, you'll know about it because you'll no longer hear me on air.
Hack from 6 to 8 now on 1010XL.
I mean, it's as simple as that.
Hacker After Dark, now 6 to 8 every night.
When you get fired in radio, there's no goodbyes. It's just, what happened to that one guy? That's how it works. And I am off next week. That is a vacation.
It's a scheduled vacation.
Appreciate but I mean, there's nothing to worry about here because you can. I really am. I'm so laid back nowadays. It is not an issue. Let's save this for the top of the hour. This is a really good comment by the 6041. He just said 10-7 is not enough to make the AFC playoffs. Really? Yeah, I remember the one year that Brady went down. Matt Castle in New England went 11-5 and didn't make it. But let's track history here a little bit. Let's do that to begin the 7 o'clock hour. I mean, I would be shocked. Even the AFC is better than the NFC, no doubt. But I would be shocked if any team went 10-7 and didn't make it into the NFL playoffs. So let's come back. We'll begin our second hour with that opportunity for you to get in a lot of really good stuff coming in tonight on our text line. Again, the phone number for you, or the text number for you, is 641-1010, brought to you by Lifetime Enclosures.
How can you describe Lauren Brooks?
At 16, she won the gold, turned pro, and was named one of Barbara Walters' most fascinating persons.
Lauren Brooks on Helmets and Heels from noon to 2.
You like strong women. I've done my homework.
On 1010XL. Now you can watch 1010XL shows all day on X, Facebook, and YouTube. Brought to you by MyBookie. Experience Vegas from the comfort of your phone anytime, anywhere. Sign up today. Use promo code 1010XL.
What makes a Honda certified pre-owned vehicle so special? 182-point inspection, 24/7 roadside assistance, first-year free oil changes, and a 7-year, 100,000-mile warranty for carefree driving backed by American Honda. Visit your local Honda dealer today.
Does the building you go to work in every day need a little love and attention? Jason Parker here with Performance Painting. Great companies take great care of the buildings their staff and customers walk into every day. If the building you're in doesn't match the vision you have for your company, we can help. Go to performance-painting.com. Our highly trained team makes the difference. Quality coatings applied with pride.
Performance Painting.
Hidden Hills Golf Club invites you to bring your friends out and enjoy our spectacular golf course, which is carved out of some of the highest elevations in North Florida. Hidden Hills Golf Club, unlike any other. Check us out, hiddenhillsgc.com.
The flagship station of the Jaguars. WJXL AM Jacksonville Beach. WJXL FM Jacksonville Beach.
This is Keith Catlin for Catlin Truck Accessories, and we are so blessed to be in business for over 100 years. Over 100 years of the best product and customer service means you can count on Catlin. From Roll and Lock bed covers to Lear toppers to Cam Locker toolboxes, Catlin Truck Accessories has you covered when it comes to your truck or van. We do those too. Got a fleet of vehicles? We can outfit them all.
Who can you count on? Count on Catlin.
One name, one location, 100 years. You can count on Catlin.
Did you know a metal roof from Prime Roofing has the highest wind and impact ratings available? If you want a stronger roof, think metal. Think Prime Roofing. Learn more at primeroofingfl.com. That's primeroofingfl.com.
Men, if you're suffering from erectile dysfunction or PE, Prime Men's Medical Center will get your sex life back in just one visit. Their painless, breakthrough medical treatments eliminate ED and PE. Here's a specialist in men's health.
I'm Dr. Simovitz. Have Viagra or Cialis let you down? Prime Men's Medical Center offers the most effective treatments that eliminate ED and PE, with men lasting longer than ever. 98% of patients see instant results on their first visit.
Prime Men's Medical Center's breakthrough treatments will restore your sex life regardless of age or medical history. Your consultation and first treatment are free. Plus, you'll see instant results in the office. Plus, qualified patients will have their testosterone checked free. Call 904-902-8222. 904-902-8222. To regain your sex life in just one visit, call now. 904-902-8222.
Right now, you may be running a little late, or feeling stressed, or overwhelmed, and you may be going a bit over the speed limit. So to help you relax, exhale. Ease up on the gas. You'll get there when you get there. Take a moment to just chill. This little break is brought to you by Target Zero and the Florida Department of Transportation.
It's the coolest week to save during the summer fan sale at First Coast Lighting and Fans. Buy one fan, save 10%. Buy two, save 15%. Buy three or more and save 20% off all fans at First Coast Lighting and Fans. Showroom near the Avenues.
1010XL is presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville. Let's go into the night with Rick Ballou on 1010XL 92.5 FM.
All right, let's do a little bit of research here as we begin our second hour. Really interesting point of view by the 60-41. Right now, the Jaguars are plus 30 to make the playoffs. You're $100 down. You're bringing back your 100 plus 130. JJ and I both, we got there differently, but both have Jacksonville winning 10 games this year, 10-7. I have them going 1-3. Did you have them going 1-3 or 2-2?
2-2.
Yeah, I have them going 1-3 to begin the year, but I have them winning 5 of their last 6 this year. I think Jacksonville's a playoff team at 10-7. What number was it? I think it was a 60-41. So 10 wins isn't enough to make the playoffs in the AFC. So let's take a quick look. Last year, Buffalo and Miami both 11-6 in. Baltimore, 13 wins. Cleveland, 11 wins. Pittsburgh, 10 wins in. 2 of the wild cards came from the North, right? Houston, 10-7, won the South over Jacksonville, 9-8. Kansas City, the only representative from the AFC West at 11-6. So in 2023 in the AFC, any team with 10-plus wins in. Let's dive back to 2022. Buffalo, 13-3 in. Cincinnati and Baltimore, 10, make that 12-10 respectively in. Jacksonville won the South without winning 10 games, 9-8, as you know, in 2022 and in. Kansas City, 14, LAC, 10. So in 2022, every team with double-digit victories got in. All right, I don't want to go through any more years. You did a little bit of research, though. Give us the last team to have double-digit wins in the AFC who did not make the playoffs.
Yeah, it was our favorite year, of course, 2020, year of COVID. I don't remember this, but the Miami Dolphins went 10-6 and missed the playoffs. Okay. And then we had a couple like mid-2000s-ish. But you were saying earlier, 2008 with the 11-win, Matt Castle Pats team, they are one of only 5 teams in the history of football to not get into the playoffs after winning 11 games.
With 11, okay.
Yeah, the Broncos in 85 also did it. But with 10 wins, there's actually been a good amount. And this was all before the 17-win season, which actually goes to the listener's point more that with an extra game, it's a lot more likely that you'll be able to miss the playoffs with 10 wins. So,
do you have anything in? You said 2020. Do you have any other? Recently, 2019, 18, 17?
No, none that recently. But 2013, the Cardinals. 2012, the Bears. 2014, the Eagles. And that looks like it's it. 2010, Bucks.
There's a little bit of support there. And granted, that's 16-17, so that will change things with the extra game. Still love the chances, though. Still love the probability.
Yeah. Your odds
you win
are
10,
high.
You win 10 games, unless something crazy happens, it really feels like that is going to be the case, for any team that wins 10-plus games. This is such an intriguing year. It really is, because I think Buffalo and Miami repeat as playoff teams. I don't think the Jets and the Patriots, the whole Aaron Rodgers thing, that is a massive wild card. The Patriots are nowhere near. So I think you have 2 win in the AFC East with a chance of a third. Agree with that or disagree?
In the East, yes, I think 2 are a lock. But 3, it'd be difficult. I guess if Aaron Rodgers and the Dolphins, I could see 2, maybe not 3.
The North is absolutely packed.
That's the one.
I mean, they are jam-packed. Sooner or later, it's going to work for Deshaun Watson, right? After all that money.
Well,
I mean, you would think.
Maybe.
Yeah, Baltimore is a given.
To me, Cincinnati's a given.
Joe Burrow in Cincinnati. You know, what's going to happen in Pittsburgh? Russell Wilson gets the ball first. I know when we do these divisions, clearly I have Pittsburgh at the bottom of the barrel in that 4-team division. Every team has, every division has 4 teams. But I think I would say 2 wild cards coming out of the AFC South.
Yeah. You mean the NFC or AFC North?
AFC North. Wait, my bad. I'm sorry.
I don't know. I think the Browns are going to take. I thought it was a miracle they made the playoffs last year. Especially with no quarterback. They're playing with basically a third-string Joe Flacco for most of the season. And I really hate Pittsburgh. I thought they sucked last year. You look up, they had 10 wins. I don't know how the hell that happened. They won their last few, I guess, to sneak in. I don't buy it. I think one winner and then one wild card team out of the North. So I'm just going Bengals-Ravens this year.
Before we get to the South, let's go to the West. I think it's Kansas City and only Kansas City. I don't think there's enough in Las Vegas or Denver.
What about the Chargers?
Man, they lost so much.
They did.
They did.
I just
now,
really
granted, aging players, but man, they lost a lot.
They did. I love the quarterback, though, and new coach. I think they could make a wild card. But, yeah, I think it's more likely that 3 teams out of the East make it than 2 out of the West, maybe.
What scares me about the Los Angeles Chargers was they were the worst home team in the NFL outside the New England Patriots. I mean, when you're 2-7 at home, and I know it's a new year with a new regime and everything else, and you can turn things completely around, but man,
they get no home field advantage there. No fans care about them out there. It sucks. If you look at Chargers games, it's like when, the Chiefs play here. It's just like it's always an away game for the Chargers. It's tough. The Rams, I feel like, have a little bit more of a fan base out there, I guess because they used to be the LA Rams. But the Chargers, man, it just feels like they're playing a road game every single week.
You get to the AFC South, and it's amazing when you consider that Doug Peterson is the elder statesman, and Trevor Lawrence is the elder statesman. All right? If you forget, Brian Callahan is now running things in Tennessee. It'll be year 2 for Will Levis. Stan Steichen in Indianapolis, year 2 for Anthony Richardson. D'Amico Ryans, who, CBS, while they're at it, they topped it off with their coaching list. I was going to actually consider getting into this. Maybe I will, but they had Ryans ranked higher than Doug Peterson. I'm like, Doug Peterson won a Super Bowl. There's only a few coaches in the NFL who have won it. And D'Amico Ryans had a promising year, but it was a rookie year with a rookie quarterback.
It's so tiring with the media, man.
So you got C.J. Stroud and D'Amico Ryans. So, I mean, you've got 3 quarterbacks getting ready for their second year. You've got 2 coaches getting ready for their second year and a brand new coach. And then right here in Jacksonville, it's year 3 for Peterson, and it's year 4 for Trevor Lawrence. I think this is going to be Tennessee has to stumble this year. They just have to, in my opinion. And granted, I mean, I still don't understand why they say goodbye to Mike Vrabel. They struggled last year. They were 6-11. I think they'll be bottom feeders in the AFC South. The whole world's going to pick Houston. All right? And I know kind of the conventional way of thinking is Houston in 2024 is going to do what Jacksonville did in 2023. We'll see. Right? We'll all be here for it. Indianapolis becomes the massive wild card. To see what they did a year ago at 9-8 with all the injuries they had, including, obviously, their quarterback. I mean, Anthony Richardson, to me, I don't know. I saw so much potential at Florida. Okay, I saw some early potential with Indianapolis. Also made some massive mistakes. Remember on opening day, ran out of bounds twice. I mean, Josh Hines-Allen got 2 sacks because Anthony Richardson wasn't smart enough to understand you got to get rid of the football. You would hope that you can teach that, you can coach that. He made rookie mistakes. Quarterbacks make mistakes. I mean, look at the mistakes Trevor Lawrence made in 3 years. But I think Jacksonville's going to grab a wild card if they win 10 games, if they don't win the AFC South. Just my opinion. With that.
The Colts won't have Gardner this year, So if the quarterback does go down, but I just looked up who their backup was, and it's also not good news. Joe Flacco.
Yeah.
Will Joe Flacco lead another team to the playoffs after coming off the bench? Because I would bet my life that Anthony Richardson will not start every game next year.
Let me pull this up because I was just talking about the deal in Vegas, right? Right now, Gardner Minshew to start is minus 130. Aiden O'Connell is plus 100. Okay, there's actually 6 quarterback jobs, 6 out of the 32 that they believe is open competition. Okay, and 4 of the 6 are in the AFC. Okay, I just told you about the Raiders. Aiden O'Connell plus 100. All right, so there's your money.
Even odds.
Gardner Minshew, a favorite. Denver, Bo Nix, minus 300. Is Sean Payton going to start the rookie right out of the gate? All right, what was Denver last year? They were miserable. They were 8-9. Actually, they 8-9. I mean, a win here, 2 wins, they're right back in it. Jarrett Stidham, plus 400. Zach Wilson, for those of you who may have forgotten.
Yeah, that's
putting the host of the program.
I forgot that.
Plus 550. All right. Also in the AFC, New England. This is totally different from Bo Nix. Jacoby Brissett is minus 275 to start. The first-round draft pick, Drake May, is plus 185.
Really? I would bet on Drake May.
Opportunity, very little
Just
risk.
because, why the hell would you not? What? We all know what Jacoby Brissett is. Is this his 3rd time with the Patriots?
At least his 2nd.
Yeah. Yes, Jacoby Brissett is a much better quarterback probably than Drake May right now. But you're a 4-13 team. Who cares? Just get the guy out there and see what he's got. These days of sitting your first-round quarterback for a year, I thought we were long gone with those. I thought we were beyond that.
How about these odds? Final AFC team, Pittsburgh. Russell Wilson, minus 1,000. Justin Fields, plus 550.
Yeah, that's not much of a bet right there. No. I think it's a lock for us.
2 NFC teams. In Minnesota, Sam Darnold, minus 300. Okay. J.J. McCarthy, plus 200.
Same thing I just said about the other situation. I don't get it.
They're gonna wait him out. It looks like they're gonna wait out Drake May.
What about Washington?
It feels like Bo Nix is going to be put immediately into service. Washington's not even on this list. The only other team they have is New York.
So Washington, they're just all in with Jaden Daniels. I love that. Marcus Mariota and Jeff Driscoll as the backups there.
The New York Giants, Daniel Jones, minus 1,500. Wow. Drew Lock, plus 600. And Tommy DeVito, plus 1,200. No word on whether or not Tommy DeVito's agent is held bettingonline.org hostage to move those odds around, like he did the local pizza shop in downtown New York. They're going to give him $5,000, and DeVito's agent goes, "Nah, he just played last week. What's up that to 10?"
We'll call it even. That one, you're gonna obviously go with Daniel Jones. I mean, they're paying him all that money. They'd be crazy to start somebody else.
Fascinating stuff, man. Things you can bet on now, and you've been able to bet on stuff like this for quite some time. But
that's an interesting one.
It is.
The quarterback battles one's fun.
Oh, no. And what you do is you look for the reward. Yeah, any one of those 6 teams that I mentioned, is there a spot there that it'll cost you $100, but if it happens, you're going to have some pretty decent return on it. As we head to this break, Trevor Lawrence is playing golf. He was 500-1 his odds to win this tournament. I think it's out at Lake Tahoe. Doug Peterson was 200-1. Tony Romo was 4-1. But they have both done some media, and I do love what's coming from their, I do love the comments that are coming out of their mouths. To me, it's the right way to handle things during the offseason. Doug Peterson is crystal clear that what happened during the final 6 weeks of of last season is absolutely unacceptable. And he keeps getting asked about it, right? And you got to understand that when you go out here, this is new members of the media. It's not the local. It's not us. We've already exhausted that with him. New members of the media are going to ask, questions that have already been asked. But he's saying it in a way that I think should be promising for you as a fan. On top of that, even after the cash, Trevor Lawrence just keeps going on and on and on about how his best football is coming, and also how this is the best team that he's ever been on. And I'll say this about Trevor Lawrence. I don't think anything's canned. I don't think anything is, let me get through this media obligation. I'll give you some lip service and smile and move along. No, I generally believe what both these guys have to say, good or bad. So the focus, the attitude with camp beginning on July 23rd. Camp begins in 10 days. It's nuts. The rookies actually report, in 7 days. That's good. That's very good. Doesn't mean this is going to happen or that's going to happen, but at least going into it, I think one more thing will happen. Ricky on Twitter, going back and forth, I still think the Tyson Campbell deal's going to come in here in the next week. All right? That is what he told me, and he's told several people that. So I know it's been kicked around for quite some time. Do not be surprised at all if Tyson Campbell gets top 5 corner money to remain here in Jacksonville. All right, we got much more to do. Take you up until 8 o'clock tonight. Hacker's already on vacation, so he is out. I think he's doing the Florida-Bama deal. Florida-Bama. I went through there a couple of years ago. Flew into New Orleans. Took a direct flight to New Orleans, and somehow they lost my golf clubs.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Not even a connection.
We drove.
Wow.
We spent a couple of days in Bourbon, and then we just barreled down the Panhandle.
It's a long drive.
Yeah, but we kept stopping. I'm kind of a nature freak, so we hit through a couple of bayous in Louisiana, on a couple of those hole-in-the-wall bars, right on swamps where gators and snakes were just hissing at me. And then we went through Florida, went through Biloxi, and then Florida-Bama, and then Destin is just fantastic. Destin, out there on the Panhandle. I guess it's between Pensacola and maybe Fort Walton. And I put a few of those Robert Trent golf courses on the way in, and it was a lot of fun. But I guess Hacker's doing that with his family beginning today. I'm going to head to the Carolina Mountains tomorrow, and that should be a blast. But let me remind you that coming up on Sunday at the Blue Crab House, okay, 12 to 9, $2.50 Bloody Marys, $2.50 mimosas. The Blue Crab House. Open till 9 o'clock tonight. Open each and every night until 9 o'clock, except for Monday when they do rest. For the best seafood, the best crabs around, visit them. Right off of San Jose, the Blue Crab House is located on Julington Creek Road.
You have heard about the 1010XL YouTube channel. Now check out our team-specific channels, 1010XL Jaguars, 1010XL Gators, and 1010XL Seminoles, bringing up specific, up-to-the-minute video coverage of your favorite local team. And find us on YouTube today.
Ballou for Shinatri Chiropractic. They've helped me get rid of my headaches and pain in my neck and back. Are you suffering from an auto accident? What about TMJ pain? Headaches associated with jaw clenching, grinding of the teeth, or stress-related disorders? Shinatri Chiropractic has a physical therapist on staff for rehabilitation, quality chiropractic care, dry needling, massage, and acupuncture. Call 743-6700 or go to ShanatriDC.com.
Joe C. for CSS Fireplaces and Outdoor Living. And if your dream is to create that space where you're living large in your backyard, then you need to get with the good people at CSS. They put a gas log in our fireplace, an awesome fire pit out back where the kids can toast s'mores and we can just hang out and watch the game. It's all part of your outdoor living experience with CSS Fireplaces and Outdoor Living.
You dream it, we build it. CSS.
Mia here, and we've all been there before. A weekend trip to the casino? Canceled because real life came calling. MyBookie's new and improved online casino is here to change the game. Dive into a truly realistic casino experience featuring the latest in slots, progressive jackpots, and live dealer action, all from the comfort of your own home. The live casino is so easy to use. Just go to MyBookie and click Live Casino at the top. You'll find live dealers ready to deal or spin just like you're at the casino. The MyBookie Casino provides a Las Vegas experience when the action's in the palm of your hands and you don't even need to wear pants. Start at MyBookie today with a generous sign-up bonus using promo code 1010XL. A revamped loyalty program ensures a host of exclusive VIP perks. Sign up and hit the casino with promo code 1010XL. The more you play, the more you win, only with MyBookie.
You could win your share of over $450,000 in cash and prizes at the 5-star Greater Jacksonville Kingfish Tournament. The fun starts July 13th with the inaugural kickoff beach tournament with a $50,000 cash first prize. There's a junior offshore tournament and one for the lady anglers. Best of all, the general offshore tournament winner takes home a 28T contender with twin 200 Yamahas. Register today at kingfishtournament.com.
This date in sports history is brought to you by Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
July 12, 1930, at the Men's U.S. Open, defending champion Bobby Jones wins record-tying fourth U.S. Open title, capturing his third consecutive major title.
Are your kids ready to play this summer? Come check out the Y. Summer is a time for kids to explore new things and expand the limits of their imagination. At the Y Summer Camp, every day is a new adventure. Kids can learn about STEM, arts and humanities, athletic sports, outdoor games, and more. Registration is now open, but space is limited, and spots are filling up quickly. Learn more and find your adventure at fcymca.org. Search Summer Day Camp.
This is Hayes Carline for SkyLife Elite. Are you tired of canceled flights, unruly passengers, and layovers? Call my friends at SkyLife Elite. Consider using private charter flights for your next adventure. Yes, you can afford it. Make your own schedule. Fly direct. Drive your car to Craig Airport and get directly on the plane. SkyLife Elite can make that happen. Call 490-9332. Go to flyskylife.com and find them on social media. Fly SkyLife Elite, North Florida's premier private air charter.
Hey, Matt Hayes here with Mike Dempsey, both continuing to reap the benefits of losing weight with Awaken 180. For me, it starts with sleep. That's right, a full night's sleep every night. Another thing, I haven't been sick in months. No colds, no sinus infections. Mike?
Same thing here. My added bonus is I've lost a few more pounds in free maintenance. Crazy to think the weight not only stayed off since last September, but I don't even think about it anymore. With Awaken 180, keeping it off becomes second nature. I've had my cheat days, I have my cheat meals, but it's not really cheating when the results stay the same.
Awaken 180 isn't just about losing weight. It's about enhancing your life, better sleep, better health, and for me, enjoying golf and swimming without joint pain.
When you're not carrying around 40 extra pounds, your joints surely thank you. Have your joints, your heart, and your scale thanking you too, and do what we did online at awaken180weightloss.com.
Are you 18 years or older, just got married, just got divorced, or have children? Listen up. Have you done your last will and estate planning? If you have questions, call Matt Hinson with the Hinson Law Firm. Reach him at 527-1700. Office is Jacksonville, Florida. And don't let the state decide your fate.
Hey, it's Matt Hayes, and summer's in full swing, and air conditioners are fully stressed. But do what I did. Call the good folks at Fenwick Home Services to stay cool and comfortable all season long. Need a new AC system? Fenwick has free same-day estimates and next-day installations. And your new system is backed by a warranty of up to 12 years. That's right, 12 years. Fenwick also offers same-day, 24/7 service, day or night, and their expert technicians will get the job done and get it done right the first time. Book online now at FenwickHomeservices.com.
New and pre-owned firearms are in stock at Beach's Jewelry and Pawn in Jacksonville Beach. Want a new sidearm or rifle? Brands like Kimber, Smith & Wesson, 6 Hour, Beretta. No lines, no hassle. Only at Beach's Jewelry and Pawn in Jacksonville Beach.
1010XL is presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville. Into the Night with Rick Ballou on 1010XL 92.5 FM.
45 years ago tonight, Disco Demolition Night at Comiskey Park, Chicago. It was billed as the end of disco. Local DJ Steve Dahl, Mike Veck. I imagine he was the son of Bill Veck. They put this together. It was supposed to be a crate filled with disco records that would be blown up on the field between games. Back then, they used to do, twilight doubleheaders. At least at that point, they did it at Comiskey. They didn't even have lights on the field at that point, 1979, over at Wrigley. But people just went absolutely nuts. And they stormed the field, and they began rioting. They had to bring in, the National Guard.
Lighting everything on fire.
SWAT teams, and 50,000 fans. Steve Dahl's a legend. When I was there for 7 years, I listened to him a little bit. He talked a whole bunch about nothing, is kind of the way I describe it. But he had, and I don't know if he's still on, he had, my goodness, just an incredible fan base. He's 69 now. He'll be 70 in November. I wonder if he's still on air.
Who is that?
Steve Dahl. Not a Howard Stern type, but just an afternoon talk host who talked about, exclusively Chicago. And he is a legend. Funny guy. It's more comedic than anything. It says here he's a singer, songwriter, and guitarist, but he'd been forever in radio, and he put that together, and it backfired. Talked about, what was it, 5-cent beer night?
Yeah, similar
earlier
story.
this summer.
Yeah,
where that backfired.
Shocked that came back to bite him in the ass.
Cleveland Indians. Yeah. Excuse me, the Cleveland Guardians. At the time, they were the Cleveland Indians.
Yeah. Luckily, Steve Dahl is still with us.
Yep.
Yeah, that's his first paragraph on his Wikipedia is he was the organizer and host of Disco Demolition Night at Comiskey Park. And, it wasn't just they were setting him on fire. It was like fireworks were going off in center field, and everybody in their 70s clothes. I love watching it on YouTube.
Well, if you consider, Stern or Lex and Terry or any of these.
Opie and Anthony.
Yeah, Imus. Any of these shock jock during that particular era. Disco Demolition, if it's not one, it absolutely is on Mount Rushmore as far as all-time radio bits in promotions.
Has to be.
I mean, you had 50,000 people storm the field at Comiskey. And they literally almost blew up Comiskey Field. Absolutely backfired.
Maybe we should do something with the jumbo shrimp.
I thought our big break was going to be when you and I are filmed putting a shovel into the dirt somewhere downtown.
Or our
problem is we can't get a video. We can't get a video.
videographers aren't around this late at night.
Aren't any of you people out there photojournalists? I mean, I've been trying to acquire a couple of hard hats.
See, I thought you were going to say our hole in the wall tour, which we've also planned on the radio.
Yeah, it ain't going to work. There's too many legal issues there.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Mm-hmm. It's a great idea, but unfortunately, that's not going to take place. Yeah, so D'Amico Ryan's 13th, 10-7 record, 1-1 in the playoffs. Getting ready for his second year. I mean, you have Zach Taylor at 14, Nick Sirianni at 15, then Doug Peterson, 60, 53-1, 5-3 lifetime in the playoffs, 1-0 in the Super Bowl. Andy Reid obviously won. This is CBS in their rankings. Sean McVay's 2. Okay. Again, you're talking about 3. Andy Reid has 3 Super Bowls. Sean McVay has a Super Bowl. McVay's 1-1. Andy Reid is 3-2. Kyle Shanahan, 0-2 in the Super Bowl, but he's 64-51. He was 3rd. John Harbaugh, 160 career victories. Wow. 160-99, 12-10 in the playoffs, 1-0 in the Super Bowl. So that's your 3rd coach with a Super Bowl victory. Matt LaFleur, number 5, 3-4 in the playoffs, 56-27. Mike Tomlin, 173, 102 in his career. 18th year in Pittsburgh. 8-10 in the playoffs, 1-1 in the Super Bowl. Jim Harbaugh, back after winning a national title at Michigan, 44-19-1, 5-3 in the playoffs, 0-1 in the Super Bowl. Of course, he lost to his brother. How about Dan Campbell, man? I remember laughing at this guy, thinking he would not make it as a coach because of his attaboy, rah-rah, in your face. I didn't think...
Biting kneecap.
I just didn't think it would work, and I was dead wrong. Now, his record's 29-33-1, but it's getting better. And, this same CBS raves about their offensive and defensive line. He's 2-1 in the playoffs, came in at number 8. Number 9, Sean McDermott, 73-41, 5-6 in the playoffs. Run out the top 10, Kevin Stefanski in Cleveland. Wow.
He did a great job last year.
He really did with the backup quarterback. All the injuries. Nick Chubb went down. 1-2 in the playoffs. Are people going to take Kevin Stefanski over Doug Peterson? And I understand that Peterson's ranking should have dropped after what happened last year. There are a lot of problems around here, communication-wise. And, I'm sure that no announcement of who's calling plays hasn't helped his ranking. Mike McDaniel, 11th. 20-14, 0-2 in the playoffs. I'm a fan. I am. Kevin O'Connell in Minnesota, 20-14, 0-1 in the playoffs. Mentioned Ryan's, D'Amico Ryan's. All right, let's just see. So I have 3 winning Super Bowl head coaches. Peterson becomes the 4th. Mike McCarthy at 17 becomes the 5th. Sean Payton at 18 becomes the 6th. And I think that's it. Shane Steichen, Dan Quinn, Brian Daboll 1-1 in the playoffs. Yeah, not in the Super Bowl. Todd Bowles, Raheem Morris, Dave Canales in Carolina, Mike McDonald in Seattle, Matt Eberflus out in Chicago, Jonathan Gannon in Arizona, Antonio Pierce with the Raiders, Robert Saleh, former linebackers coach here, 18-33. 4th year with the Jets, never been to the playoffs. Brian Callahan takes over in Tennessee. Jared Mayo takes over in New England. And Dennis Allen, 3rd year with the Saints, 24-46.
Gerard Mayo could have had Bill Belichick. I'm sure that's going to work out.
Belichick's going to be back in the game in 2025.
And Gerard Mayo is going to be out of a job in 2 years.
Yeah, I think some were surprised it didn't go in the direction of Mike Vrabel. I think Vrabel's unemployed.
Yeah.
So you're going to have Bill Belichick back next year. Mike Vrabel, Ben Johnson's is going to get a job in Detroit if they put together, the type of year that
if they
many
stay
believe.
the same, on offense.
Mm-hmm. So to me, that would be the top 3 candidates, and
maybe Dallas.
The one college guy that I can see entering is all this stuff on Lincoln Riley. He doesn't want to be in the SEC. He hasn't overly impressed with the Trojans, but I still believe people think he's a good coach. I mean, you can get fired in college and still make it to the NFL. Look at Cliff Kingsbury. So I still think that there is a lot of positivity when looking at Lincoln Riley as a head coach, and maybe he's the next guy in the NFL. Because if I just look at candidates, and there'll be several other offensive and defensive coordinators that'll come up, but I can't really think of anyone else college-wise. After Harbaugh came back in, can you think of anyone else right now college-wise that you would look at and say, okay, there's a future NFL coach? Again, I think Lincoln Riley is one.
Lane? No, I don't know. No, not anybody right away that comes off the top of my head. But I wouldn't be surprised at all if Lincoln Riley has a semi-good season because he's such a good offensive mind. And that's all they care about in the NFL when they're hiring these young guys is, can you call plays? We'll worry about the defense. We'll hire a career defensive coordinator to handle that side of the ball. Come in and help our young quarterback. That's what a lot of these owners want, and that's why someone like Lincoln Riley will always be somewhat of a prospect for the NFL.
I think the only thing that would – see, here's the way I look at it. The only issue that I think Shad Khan would have, and Bill Belichick becomes the exception to the rule because he's so proven with 6 Lombardi trophies. But you can almost spell it out right now. If it doesn't work with Doug Peterson, you have 7 years invested in Trevor Lawrence. It'll be 6 if it doesn't work, but you can guarantee it. They're going to hire an offensive mind. You don't have a franchise quarterback waiting, bringing a defensive-minded Mike Vrabel type of coach, and then go out and get the best offensive coordinator in America. Again, I think the only exception is Bill Belichick.
Right.
But if not, you're going to go get
Riley.
Yeah, or you're going to go get Ben Johnson from Detroit. That's what, hopefully this isn't part of the conversation, but that's what it's going to be.
As it should.
And they better not drag their feet and take 5 weeks like they did to get Peterson. I mean, you're not going to get...
They got lucky, man.
You're not going to get Johnson if you wait 5 weeks. You better address that and get it done. And listen, I'm kind of pulling way, way ahead of things here. But it's pretty simple. Matter of fact, his age and everything else, he's going to be incredibly attractive. He was attractive a year ago. Yeah, I think Belichick is going to be fascinating to watch this year. I think he's going to show everyone I think we're going to see a new Bill Belichick. Be a little bit more cordial, a little bit more personable. And I think he's going to pick his job. Real quick before the break, Fox announced their NFL tandems for 2024. Kevin Burkhardt, Tom Brady.
I knew that one.
Man, under a microscope. Wow. Joe Davis, Greg Olson. Very good team. Adam Admin, Mark Sanchez. All right. Kenny Albert, out of the University of Miami, John Vilma.
Greg Olson and John Vilma.
Yeah, it's 2. That's 2 for 2.
I love Albert, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
Great job. All these play-by-play for Fox that you've named have been pretty damn good.
Yeah. Oh, like I always say, we're blessed right now.
We're in a great era of play-by-play.
Great era with play-by-play. I think there's room for better analysts. Who's the best NFL analyst right now?
I would say, well, it was Rome. I guess I'd say Olsen. I
would
Olsen
too.
best.
I would too.
He gives me the most info. But I still like Romo. I think he gets a bad rap just because people love to hate on him. And I think he's sort of like, you could tell he's not as passionate about it as he was, though.
Joe Buck, Jim Nantz, Kevin Burkhardt, Joe Davis. You can go on and on and on. All of the great play-by-play guys. I think there's a little bit to be desired with Troy Aikman, Chris Collinsworth.
Yes.
Kirk Herbstreit.
Yes. I forgot Herbie does NFL.
Yeah, I didn't mention Al Michaels. He's the only play-by-play guy that's incredibly. Al's probably working out right now. They can IA it for him.
AI.
Yeah, I'm with it. Ballou's with it. Yeah, what do you call it, kid? Lit? That's hilarious.
Oh, that made me laugh.
Kevin Kugler, Daryl Johnston. And then team number 6 is you. You're not good. Chris Myers with Mark Schlereth. Chris Myers is a real good guy. When I was on 7 to 11 out in L.A., that same station that was home of the USC Trojans, the local show before I went on was Chris Myers and Bob Golick. And went out there quite a bit. 7 years I did. One time we did it from, I think we did it from Disneyland, which I had never been to in L.A. Of course, I've been to Disney World many times here. But anyway, Chris Myers has been around forever. And he continuously does a good job over at Fox. So there's their broadcasting team for the National Football League in 2024. I was looking today for CBS. I couldn't find it. I don't know if it's going to be the same team that we had a year ago. But, hey, that information will be coming certainly in the future. And where there's always enormous changes is in college football because there's so many teams and there's so many broadcast teams, especially when you get to ESPN2, ESPN Plus, and some of that, you see really a massive changing of the guard. So we'll have those for you coming up here in the very near future as well. All right, let's put our final thoughts on to this one. And the final thoughts for the week get you ready for the second weekend in July right here on the home of the Jags.
I want you to get up now. I want all of you to get up out of your chairs. I want you to get up right now and go to the window, open it, and stick your head out and yell,
1010XL.
Hey, Hicken here. I couldn't be any happier than to join the George Moore Chevrolet family. When I say family, I mean it. Visit their beautiful showroom today off Atlantic Boulevard. Find out exactly what I'm talking about. No pressure, just friendly help. And whether you want a car, a truck, SUV, electric, pre-owned, you name it, George Moore Chevrolet has it. And if you can't make it over to Atlantic Boulevard, no problem. MooreChevy.com is easy to navigate as any site you will try. It's never been more easy to use. George Moore Chevrolet. Together, let's drive.
Has someone you care about been arrested or had their driver's license taken away? I'm Susan Cohen, and I work with David Robbins at the law firm of Epstein & Robbins. We are experienced fighters for those charged with DUI, domestic violence, and all criminal offenses. In your battle with the justice system, there's only one thing you need to know. Dial David 24/7 at Epstein & Robbins, 354-5645. 354-5645.
Southeast Orthopedic Specialist is now offering ortho walk-in appointments. If you have an immediate need for orthopedic care, contact Southeast Orthopedic Specialist immediately. Avoid ERs and urgent care waiting rooms. For more information, go to se-ortho.com.
Relieve pain and get back to life. Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
The saying goes, the grass is greener on the other side. Well, that is actually true if your neighbor installed artificial turf. Lauren Brooks here from my friends at Sunshine Turf, a family-owned local company that will take your backyard dreams and turn them into a reality. Caleb can design anything from putting greens to pet runs, and if you have a pool, you'll definitely love maintenance-free turf around it. Visit sunshineturf.info to get a free quote today from Sunshine Turf. That's sunshineturf.info.
Dan Hicken and Jeff Prosser share the huddle with Freddie T.
Bring it in.
Monday morning running back with Fred Taylor is fueled by Epstein and Robbins.
Fred Taylor, he's a candidate to go the distance.
On 1010XL.
Sports fans, JJ LaSalva here. When I need to send my bride flowers or a plant for birthdays or anniversaries, I always go with Hume Flowers. After all, they've been the leading florist in these parts for over 75 years. You can always rely on Hume Flowers.
Have you tried golfing at the improved Cimarron Golf Club? If you haven't, tell you what, you're missing out on the best deal in Jacksonville. Now, many of you have received a postcard in the mail, and of course, if you bring that with you, $45 plus tax to play. That includes a cart lunch and a beer at the brand new Stone Barrel Tap House. Now, go to the website, that is CimarronGolfClub.com, and sign up for the Wild One Loyalty Program. That's the Wild One Loyalty Program, and get all of these specials emailed to you from Cimarron.
Let's go! Help cheer your Sharks on to victory as they battle the Green Bay Blizzards in exciting IFL football action this Saturday, July 13th, 7 o'clock in the VyStar Veterans Memorial Arena. Now, check out our new family pack. You get 4 tickets, 4 vouchers, and a $25 Al's Pizza gift card. It's a great deal. To purchase yours or to get more information, call 904-621-0700. And ho, ho, ho! Who's ready for Christmas in July?
A little Christmas music, maestro?
Whether you're on the naughty or nice list, come out and support your Sharks. You never know, you might get a chance to say hi to Santa.
It's almost Christmas.
All we want for Christmas is a Sharks win. Check out our post-game autograph session and see if the players and dancers are asking for the same present as you.
Let's go!
Don't miss the fun and excitement of Sharks football this Saturday, July 13th. For tickets, go to jacksharks.com or call 621-0700. That's 904-621-0700. Let's go!
Let's go!
Certainly facing challenging economic times. I can't speak for all of us, but for me, comforting to know my money is in good hands with ITP Partners. Ticket here for ITP Partners. Jacksonville guys taking care of my Jacksonville money. I'll admit it, I don't understand a ton about the economy. Higher interest rates, 401ks. What I do know is I move closer to retirement, I continue to watch my money grow. Thanks to Chris Bryan, Jeff Hartman, Reagan Wright, Dan Abel, and Reed Wingate. Get in the game, guys. ITP Partners, always there to help. For more info, Chris at ITPPartners.com or call 904-312-9751.
Men, if you're suffering from erectile dysfunction or PE, Prime Men's Medical Center will get your sex life back in just one visit. Their painless, breakthrough medical treatments eliminate ED and PE. Here's a specialist in men's health.
I'm Dr. Simovitz. Have Viagra or Cialis let you down? Prime Men's Medical Center offers the most effective treatments that eliminate ED and PE, with men lasting longer than ever. 98% of patients see instant results on their first visit.
Prime Men's Medical Center's breakthrough treatments will restore your sex life regardless of age or medical history. Your consultation and first treatment are free. Plus, you'll see instant results in the office. Plus, qualified patients will have their testosterone checked free. Call 904-902-8222. 904-902-8222. To regain your sex life in just one visit, call now. 904-902-8222.
Are you a meat lover searching for quality cuts? Southern Steer Butcher uses a vacuum tumbler to marinate and tenderize our chicken and world-famous steak tips.
Now open in Ortega. For tasty tips and juicy breasts, choose Southern Steer Butcher.
1010XL is presented by Farrah & Farrah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville. Now, the cool down from the cool guys at Donovan Air Electric and Plumbing. Fast, reliable, and honest service since '87.
Well, I want to go back to Paul Skeens because I'm so fired up to watch him pitch coming up on Tuesday night, this year's All-Star game. I think the All-Star game is, I don't know, the importance isn't what it once was, obviously, but it's still going to be a whole heck of a lot of fun to go out and watch these guys throw. And he has been nothing short of amazing, including his 7 innings of hitless baseball yesterday. You look at the numbers with this rookie in 11 starts, 6-0, has a WAR of 3.1. In 11 starts, 3.1. Earned run average of 1.90. His whip, which of course is walks and hits allowed per inning, is under 1, 0.92. He's gone 66 in the third innings. He's already struck out 89 while walking only 13. And he's allowed 14 earned runs in 66 in the third innings. This is like Doc Gooden when he came into the, was it an 84 or 85 for Doc Gooden? It was just masterful. But Gooden got more starts. If he's got 11 right now, what do you think he's going to end up
25.
with? 25? Yeah.
But I'll say 25 at the most because they might just shut him down at the end of the year.
They may.
I mean, this is a really not a good team. I wouldn't say really bad team because they're around 500, but they're not going to make the playoffs. And, come late September, are you going to still be throwing this kid out there for no reason? Probably not.
My guess is he's got 150 would be tops.
Innings.
As far as innings pitched.
Yeah, that's probably the best way to look at it.
But I'm guessing 120.
Mm-hmm.
And I know we make such a big deal about pitch count, but I think when you get to the end of the season, it's going to be innings thrown.
Exactly.
And
because the pitch count also is super overrated. It's about the feel of the game, too. How did he get to those pitches? Was it was it a stressful 100 pitches? Or, it's crazy, and it doesn't seem like that long ago, but it was. They had a Twitter video going around today because, all the people, oh, what happened to baseball? Let him stay in the game, all that crap.
Mm-hmm.
Tim Lincecum, okay, 140-plus pitch no-hitter.
No.
And we saw what happened to his career. He lost his stuff, and his arm was never the same after a while. I mean, he did have a good 4-year run, but you're just not even going to see anything close to that anymore. And we're not talking about 1968 either. That was like 10 years ago.
It's
140 pitches.
Right. Games change. And for instance, when you look at touches for backs, okay, they're measured by touches. But there was a time where these backs were getting popped in practice, okay? That never happens anymore. In baseball, when you're talking about innings per start, or when you're talking to pitches per start in innings for the season, they still have their side sessions. That's what blows me away is that, the whole strategy and what goes into 5 days rest and what you do during your off time, you're still throwing the baseball. And it's like, I have to imagine with a prospect like this that is constantly monitored as well. But every single one of these Major League Baseball starters, and, I remember listening to Link Jarrett, getting ready for the College World Series, talking about some of his starting pitches and their side session, in between starts. So that part of baseball hasn't changed like it certainly has when you talk about running backs and what have you in the NFL. Folks, I'm out of here for a week. JJ, I'll see you in 7 days.
Have fun, my friend.
Actually, I guess it's 9 days, isn't it? Yes, headed to the mountains of Carolina. The next time I am here, Jaguars training camp will kick off at the Miller Electric Center. Absolutely out of this world. I don't check the text line now that the show is over. You can reach me on Twitter, including when I'm on vacation. That is Ballou 1010XL. For JJ LaSelva, I am Rick Ballou. Have an outstanding weekend.